Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Uncommon Sense with Jose Negron. Now, for those of you who are not familiar with the channel or watching this for the first time, the reason why it's called Uncommon Sense, it is because on this channel, we deal with everyday issues, which we try to seek logic, but not everyone uses logic today, which is the reason why it's called Uncommon Sense. This is going to be a video. As you can see, I did some touches with some help, of course. Okay, just one moment. Excuse me. Just give me a moment. Now, tonight, we're going to be discussing, there is a telework bill that's in the New York State Assembly and the New York Senate. In the Assembly, it's bill number A457, and in the Senate is 5536. What it is, it's a telework bill. And what it entails is that should the bill becomes law, agencies and employers that have 100 or more employees, they will need to come up with a telework policy and implement it among their staff. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to share something. Just give me a moment. Okay. Now, what I'm showing right now is the assembly version of the bill. Actually, both bills are the same. Now, as you can see, it's only 2 pages long. Now, let me just give you a definition. What is telework? And it's fine. For the purpose of this section, the term telework shall mean to perform normal and regular work functions on a workday that ordinarily would be performed at an agency principal location at a different location, thereby eliminating or substantially reducing the physical commute to and from such agency principal location. Now, I'm not going to read the bill in its text in its completely. I'm just going to summarize. The reason for these bills is due to the fact that in an attempt to slow the spread of C-19, many employers have implemented a telework policy which people with the use of their laptops or other devices able to perform their work from home. Now, from March of 2020 to September of 2021, over 80,000 municipal employees for the city of New York were allowed to telework. Unfortunately, the mayor at the time, Mayor de Blasio, in his infinite wisdom, decided to restrict it to those who have reasonable accommodations. Now, should either one of these bills pass and it's signed into law by Governor Hochul, what that means is municipal agencies will have to come up with some sort of a policy as far as telework. Now, what I'm going to show you is this is where we stand as far as, okay. At this point, we're just waiting for it to be delivered to the governor, which the governor will either sign or veto the bill. Now, there are basically two different main versions of teleworking. The first version is straight teleworking. Let me start sharing this. One moment. Oh, good evening, Denise. How are you doing today? I'm glad to see you. I'm just explaining this bill regarding telework. Let's see. Oh yes. So there are people who are in favor allowing people to work completely, which means they will work from home with the use of their laptops, smartphones, and other devices. And then there are those who believe in what's called a hybrid version of teleworking. And what that means is the following. Certain days out of the week or out of the month, personnel would be allowed to work from home or the alternate location. And other days, they would be allowed, actually, they'll be working at a physical location. I'm going to give you my personal opinion for whatever it's worth. I do understand that there are people that advocate for hybrid teleworking. I believe that should be straight teleworking. And that should be for those individuals who are at risk to COVID-19, those who are diabetic, those who are morbidly obese, those who have weakened immune systems, those with cancer. And the reason why is because if these unfortunate individuals does get infected with COVID-19, it can have serious consequences. It may lead to death. Okay. One thing I did discover in my research that 99% of the people infected with COVID-19 recover, and only 1% that have serious complications. Now, while it is it is a possible solution, I mean, there are certain obstacles that one face how to overcome when it comes to teleworking. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share something else now. Just bear with me. Oops. Let's see. You know what? Let's see if I can. Okay. Please bear with me. I'm still learning how to do this sharing stuff. So, okay. Now, here's an article that I found tonight. And these are some of the challenges that people who telework deal with. Number one, feeling isolated, because when you're working from home, you're not with your coworkers. And I just want you to pay close attention to that. It is important to make up the void by a lack of office social scene. Go out of your way to ask your colleagues about their weekend or share a funny article. It takes more of an effort, but you can still have a great relationship with remote coworkers. It just takes a little bit more legwork at the outset to get those relationships off the ground. In other words, try to have some sort of contact with your coworkers who are working remotely. Now, the second obstacle is the lure of the fridge. The fact of the matter is, when you're working remotely, there's the tendency to snack and to oversnack. Okay. Now, the third obstacle to overcome is distractions. Now, I'm fortunate that I live alone. So, therefore, I don't have to worry about distractions as far as children or other people live with me. However, there are other distractions like my neighbors who make a great deal of noise, or if there's any noise outside. And let's see what's, just bear with me. And a possible solution is when you have to deal with the really difficult tasks that you're doing from teleworking, trying to schedule that when children are taking a nap. Now, another obstacle to overcome is the lack of focus. Okay. And I'm just going to read. Through the remote work has been proven to increase productivity in employees. It's natural to lose your focus and motivation every now and then. To get concentration back on track, try using a productivity method like the Pomodoro technique or getting things done system, which both after the way to streamline your productivity and make the most out of your workday. Now, another problem, obstacle is it's a big one. Technical problems. And it could be anything. It could be that your Wi-Fi is defective. It could be your laptop is not working well. A couple of times I had to send an email to our IT team to let them know that, hey, there's problems. I cannot gain remote access to my equipment. And sometimes it can take a while. So now there's another obstacle. It's not applicable to me, but it is applicable to certain people, different time zones. One thing and this is more for large corporations and what have you, because sometimes you lose a track of time and you have to be mindful when you're trying to reach out to someone in the time zone, because there is a time difference. And the final obstacle is working too hard and too often. When you work from home, you don't have the physical separation between home and work anymore. It is easy. It can become easy answering one last email or morphing to a working on a 10-hour workday to make up for the lack of delineation between your work and your home life. Set clear boundaries for yourself. Put a hard stop on your workday and stick to it so you don't end up being exhausted over work. In other words, make sure that you set clear boundaries. And one thing to bear in mind, you have what's called a tour duty. It could be a 7-hour day, it could be an 8-hour day, it could be a 10-hour day, whatever it is. Once that day is end, do not think about any emails. Do not think about any assignments that was not left done. Whatever doesn't get done today can get done tomorrow. Okay? And if you have a great deal of items to do, what you're going to have to learn is to prioritize. So you take a look. Okay, I have 10 things I got to do. Realistically, I cannot do all 10 things within a normal workday. So what you do is you pick those 3 or 4 or whatever things that you can take care of. Okay. And one thing to bear in mind, you can only do one thing at a time. Okay? I know it's easier said than done, but that's the reality. I mean, it's like, for example, let's say you have to fill out 50 orders and you're working remotely. Guess what? you may not be able to get all 50 done. So you prioritize, you do what you're able to do, and you get it done. And then whatever doesn't get done, you work on it the next day. Sometimes I have coworkers who come to me being stressed. It's like, Jose, I got all this stuff to do and I can't do it. It's a first of all, relax, take a deep breath. The reality is this. You know what you can do? You do what you can within your normal work day. And if for some reason you're not able to prioritize, go to your supervisor for guidance as far as what to do. Okay. Now, unfortunate is that I know how to prioritize. I mean, I may have 10 things to do, but I know most likely I'm not going to do all 10. So what I do, out of the 10, I take a look at 5 things that I'm able to do. I just want to let people know that please like, subscribe, hit the bell notification to all. So therefore, whenever I do program any streams or videos, you will be notified. And that way, you'll be notified, and then you'll have your opportunity to either catch the stream or the video live, or to catch it on the replay. I'm going to be doing these videos twice a week. And it's going to be on different topics. So tonight we're talking about the telework bills that's in the New York Assembly and the New York Senate. Now, what I'm going to encourage you to do is the following for all my New Yorkers that are out there. Write to your representative in the New York Assembly and the New York State Senate to let them know that you are in favor, if you are in favor of a telework policy. And the reason why is this, is that it is an attempt to allow people who are more affected by C-19 to be allowed to work from home. Also, it means less people riding the trains. And if anybody's been riding the subway lately or the buses, like you notice that it's crowded and it's very hard to observe social distancing. And also not everyone wearing masks. So we need to do everything we can to make it a safe environment without infringing on others. So this way, by having a telework policy, those who are not affected by C-19 to some extent, they'll be able to live a more normal life as much as possible. And people who are more at risk, they'll be able to work from home and work safely. So that's been my little video. I just want to say that tomorrow we're going to do something a little different. We're going to have a live stream, but yet it's going to be completely in Spanish. And the reason why we're doing that is that there are people in our community that might be blessed by my content. The only problem is they don't speak English. So tomorrow's stream will be on the beauty of the Latina culture. Let me just say a few words in Spanish. Mañana será la primera vez que vamos a tener una programación completamente en español. Y el motivo de eso es para las personas de nuestra comunidad que no hablan inglés, se puede disfrutar de la programación que este canal puede ofrecer. La tema para mañana será la belleza de la cultura latina. Entonces, ¿qué vamos a hacer? Vamos a hablar sobre nuestra cultura, que es rica, que es inmensa, y hay muchos alimentos. So, well, it's going to be completely in Spanish. Okay. Everybody's welcome. I just want to please bear in mind that it's going to be completely in Spanish. Also, I'm in the process of lining up interviews. So what I'm going to be doing for next month is I'm going to be doing interviews with other YouTube creators. Most of them are going to be small. And the reason why I'm doing that is that to make sure that more people are aware of their channels and the content that they offer. As soon as I get everything squared away, everyone will be notified. And then you will be able to either catch those interviews live or you can catch it on the replay. First of all, I just want to thank everybody who's been watching this video, and I see that I got 5 likes. And I just want to say that I appreciate all the uncommon folk. I appreciate all those who review this video on the replay. I also appreciate all those who watch it now. It does warm my heart. And I just wanted you to know I really appreciate it. What I will ask you to do is please spread the word about my channel. And if you can, invite 2, 3, 5, 10, and what have you, to either watch it live or watch it on the replay. Now, that being said, I'm going to end this video because I do want to keep it short. I just got to say thank you very much for viewing this video. As soon as I get more information regarding the status of the bill regarding telework, you will be notified, and a follow-up video will be made. There will be another video on Thursday. As far as the topic is concerned, it's going to be an issue regarding current events. So that being said, I'm going to close the same way that I always close. People, please be careful out there, because we're still dealing with C-19, which has killed almost 900,000 people so far. And we must do everything possible to minimize our contact with a mentally and intellectually challenged, which is my umbrella term for all the slow steps. Because if we fail to do so, we'll be infected by their stupidity and massive insanity. And that's even a more deadlier disease than C-19. Because at least with C-19, there are things that we can do to strengthen our bodies and fight out this disease. It's another thing when it comes to massive stupidity and massive insanity. That being said, this has been another video on Uncommon Sense with Jose Negron. And I thank you very much. And we'll see you next time. Take care and peace.